Rolling, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello.
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 Hi, I'm Tom.
I'm RJ.
I'm Tanner. And I'm Jonah.
And we're Rescue Dawn.
Rescue Dawn.
You ruined it again.
That was so.
The Buffalo music scene is known across the country and has produced artists like Cute Is What We Aim For, Passion Pit, 10,000 Maniacs, and the Goo Goo Dolls. However, it recently experienced a decline, having Club Infinity and Mohawk Place, two of the scene's most prolific music venues, closed down. Still, two more venues opened up, the Waiting Room and the Forum. I decided to get into the heads of the members of Rescue Dawn, who recently released their album, Love and Other Short Stories. As one of Buffalo's best up-and-coming acts, they know the scene better than anybody. The week that I filmed them, they were preparing for a show at the Forum called Move the Pole Fest. It was a 2-day festival made with the goal in mind to try and raise enough money to move a beam that is in the middle of the audience at one of the stages that the restaurant has to offer. 50 acts performed over the 2 days, which exemplifies how vibrant the scene is becoming. All these performers came together to try and make their scene just a little bit better. I also found out what it means to be in a band and all of the sacrifices, challenges, and laughs that come along with it. This is Love and Other Short Films.
Standing with you by the front door. A nervous feeling, cause I've seen Oh, I didn't see that.
It's good because we never need to run through anything or do anything, and there's always two of us here.
A band with my brother. It's the worst thing in the world, and it's also one of the best things in the world.
We get into not arguments but feuds over a lot of the music we write.
You live with him, and you can rehearse anytime. You can talk about it anytime. It's also a pain because you live with him.
So yeah, it's good, and it also has its flaws, but it's mostly good.
Okay, then your favorite venue to play in?
It was Club Infinity.
He's like, I don't like doing this because it looks stupid. Who watches you put on cologne? What does it matter?
I just feel stupid.
Why?
It is freaking cologne.
Because it's stupid.
Does it smell the same whether you put it on your neck?
RJ later explained to me how much he loves performing in front of an audience, and how it really does help you grow as a musician.
There's a disconnect when you become YouTube famous because, anyone can record a song. I could record a song right here and put it on the internet and it could strike. But the thing is I've never played that for anybody. No one knows if I'm, no one knows if I'm a fraud, if I really can play or sing. Nothing beats going to a concert venue and listening to a band and going, wow, this band they're tight, they sound real good. And, today with all the production techniques, you can make a record sound perfect. And unfortunately, you can make good bands sound great, you can make bad bands sound great. So I think, live music really, it kind of separates the boys from the men. That's the way I look at it. So.
Oh, you almost just nailed me in the face.
Alright, we got a load of crap.
So it's
Four stairs? Four stairs? Oh no.
Well, Jonah usually says it hurts real bad.
Hurry up, someone let Superman grab the end.
Superman. I told you, the weight's heavy, man, but I just gotta get used to it.
Someone let the Incredible Hulk get this amp.
Alright, so it's obvious that I had a lot of fun with these guys while I was filming, but up until this point, I never really got a whole lot as far as what's causing the local scene to decline a little in popularity, and that all started to change. I rode to the forum with Jonah and Tom, and they enlightened me on a pretty big issue that played a role in their ticket sales for the show.
Some complications that we had with this show that we're going to right now is that
A lot of people bail out on ticket
Yeah,
sales,
they're
like
bums.
online and stuff. RJ messaged him, I got a show tomorrow, still need tickets, you want to come? And then, so, like 20 people liked it, and then he messaged those 20 people, and none of them replied.
it helps and it doesn't, but you should be promoting face to face.
I found myself curious, wondering if more festivals such as this one could help the music scene. So later, I asked Jonah what he thought about this.
The only problem with that is you get the social media problem where people don't promote the show, they promote their band. And the person goes, okay, what time do you go on? 8. I'm going to be there at 8 and I'll leave at 9. And then the bands don't get recognition or any other new fans because no one wants to stay. If it was promoted in a different way and maybe at a better venue, then yeah. The only venues that you can pretty much play at right now are Waiting Room and the Forum. And those are two small venues that the sound system's semi-decent and they're really not known. I don't know about Tommy, who's over there next to us driving. Haha, look at him go! Hello! But like, I personally don't like the Waiting Room the most. I think the Forum's nice because it has the owner of the Club Infinity, which was the nicest venue I've ever played at, next to the Ballroom. And I like the Ballroom because it's really, really nice in there. It's meant for bands to be like really, really big bands to sound really good. But I don't like the Waiting Room just because I don't like the way it's shaped. The stage is small. It's just like an awkward setting. And a lot of people promote just their band and not the other bands, which is kind of what the music scene can lack sometimes as far as social media goes, because people are sometimes only worried about promoting their own band and not other people in it. Because people don't realize that as soon as that band in your scene gets big, other cities in the world are like, where did this band come from? Buffalo. There's going to be buzz about Buffalo, and the band's in Buffalo.
Jonah went on to talk about how Man Overboard, an up-and-coming pop-punk band, got big from touring with a band who said, hey, you can open for us, just play a few songs, you'll get some recognition, we'll gain some new fans, and so will you.
Like, I tell my friends, get there early. Some bands are amazing and nobody knows. It's just that whole aspect of everything.
While the band was setting up, I had my friend film for me, and I asked a lot of the people that were at the forum why they were there and if they had any friends that were going to be there. And everybody that said that they had friends who couldn't make it said that they RSVP'd on Facebook and never bought a ticket. So everything that Jonah and Tom were telling me was absolutely true. Bands were getting false hopes about ticket sales, and as a result, ended up losing money on this show. So that brings us to now. In this rapidly changing world, you never know what's going to happen. And I experienced that just the other night. I was getting some footage of outside some local venues for the Town Ballroom and for one that Jonah talked about a little bit, the Waiting Room. And when I got to the Waiting Room, I hate to say it, but I wasn't really shocked to see a for rent sign in the top window. And I noticed recently that a lot of shows at the Waiting Room were being moved to other venues, and I thought, okay, well, they've had structural issues before, maybe it's something like that. No, the owner has rented out his apartment upstairs in hopes of just making a little bit more money so that the venue can stay open. So even though the Waiting Room isn't one of the best venues out there, it's a venue, and the scene should be treating it as such. You have to love what you have before you can get anything better. So it's obvious. Social media has had a pretty negative effect on not only the Buffalo music scene, but music scenes across the country. And I'll leave you with this. Hans Allegood, the ex-frontman of a rock band, said that a lot of local bands are trying to skip the music scene, and they're able to do this now because of social media. Well, as RJ said, going through a local scene and making it like that really separates the men from the boys. So, if you're a musician, stay in town. Don't try and just get big on YouTube or SoundCloud or anything like that. Because you won't grow as an artist. You're just going to be able to perform into a microphone without anybody watching. And then for you music lovers out there, just go to a local show every now and again. I'm sure you know somebody or have connections somehow to somebody that's in a band. So go see them and support their music and the local scene. This has been Love and Other Short Films, and for Rescue Dawn and the entire Buffalo music scene, I'm Jake Watkins.